So y'all ready, guys? All right, man. Oh man. So let me guys, I thought of another topic, by the way, while we were just sitting here. Okay. So I'm gonna shoot it to you guys in the private chat, but just the top 5 significant moves made by the Commanders. And I'm gonna let you guys know this list that I created. I want all the smoke. You guys tell me what you guys think. You guys out there like watching our show, tell me what you think and tell me like honestly, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Will, Sean, give me all the smoke, man. I want to hear. Hey, Abdul, you on some bullshit with that? Okay, tell me. Okay, tell me. I want to hear this shit. Okay, so are we gonna start off in honorable mention? Honorable mention: the most significant move made by Washington. It's this running back position, guys. So just so in case you guys don't know, you guys out there, I know we all know because we watching Adam Schefter and ESPN since the shit started already. But so Antonio Gibson got snatched up by the Patriots, and honestly, I don't think any of us are really complaining about that. But we signed Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler. Honestly, this guy in his prime is second to none. This guy is like honestly, for as little as he is a workhorse, and he can play 1 to 3 downs every drive, like first, second, and third down, and everything. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can block. My man is legitimate. Now here is the question though: is he still in his prime? Is he still considered one of the best? You get what I'm saying? Like we signed him to what, like a 2-year, just under $12 million contract. So, guys, I need to know what you guys think of this. Like, is this like to me personally, I think it is an upgrade. Antonio Gibson, is like honestly, I loved Antonio Gibson. I just didn't think that he should have been third down running back, if anything, from jump. And the conversion over from wide receiver in college to running back in the NFL, it showed it was too much for him. And to me, this is not like it was just not for him. This position was not for him. And I put him in the slot. You get what I'm saying? Like that's probably what's best for this man, third down back. Even that, like, but the fact that we started him as running back and he had those fumbling issues early, like that should have said something earlier to us. And honestly, like I'm not saying I'm happy that he's gone, but I think we could and have definitely improved on the position. Alex, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, man. We definitely improved on the position. I was one of those guys that liked Antonio Gibson. I did, especially for this Cliff Kingsbury air raid. If that's what we are going to run, I was hoping that if we did sign Antonio Gibson back, maybe they would have probably put him at more wide receiver than third down running back. But going back to Austin Eckler, man, perfect signing for us, man. He's definitely going to do better than Antonio Gibson. Swift Army knife type guy. He could be the number one. He could be a third down back. He can play wide receiver. He's got hands. He just sees the field, and he sees the end zone. You know what I'm saying? He goes for the touchdown. So that's the type of guy we need. He definitely, to me, when we got him, I don't think he's going to be our number one. Obviously, B-Rob is, but Austin Eckler is definitely going to get a lot of touches. You know what I mean? He's definitely going to get a lot of balls catched and everything. So I'm definitely excited, man. I think it was a great signing. This is a real big move. And is he still in his prime? Yeah, I think he still is, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think last year he had a little downfall, but the Chargers had a downfall. Like, I mean, the Chargers itself, the offense and the defense were filled up with injuries last year. You know what I'm saying? So even Herbert was out too, right? I want he out for a few weeks. So Man, yeah, Austin Eckler, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm pretty sure the Chargers are upset that, he's on another team. They definitely wanted him back. So, yes, this is definitely a big improvement on our offense. Will, what you think?
I certainly think it's an improvement. He is a better running back than Antonio Gibson is. I disagree that he's in his prime and he's coming off an injury. And sometimes with these running backs, you don't know it; they can fall off the cliff immediately, and they go from being productive to not. And Father Time is undefeated. But I think he's also suited to be in. If all his role for us is a third down back, he's gonna fit great. But he also, like you said, has the ability to, he's got a knack for the end zone. It's a great point. And he has the ability, you guys have said it, to go first, second, and third down. And I don't love Brian Robinson. I don't hate him, but I don't love this guy. I think he's a fine running back, but I don't think he's anything great just yet. So I like having somebody else in the backfield who might push him a little bit to say, you got to play well because we got somebody else. When it comes to Gibson, obviously the previous staff was done with him. They found that there were too many times he was leaving holes open. He would not go the right way that they wanted him to. And it's too bad. Alex, you said it. You kind of were curious what he could be like with Cliff Kingsbury. And I agree with that. Like, I didn't want him back. I didn't think he was worth signing. But I think he got hurt. He's a positionless player right now in the NFL. And he got hurt playing on a team with coaches who didn't know how to use him because he's not a running back and he's not a receiver. And he's more that Deebo Samuel type Swiss Army knife, but he didn't have coaches that knew how to get the best out of him. So I wish him luck in New England. I don't think he's going to get it there, but hopefully he'll, continue on.
Absolutely.
So, you don't think he'll play like that third down back there also, or?
Yeah, I think he is, but that's marginal talent from him. You're going to get some production, but I don't think you're going to he's never going to reach his potential unless he gets with a coach kind of like a Kyle Shanahan who knows how to use a player like that. Like Deebo Samuel became Deebo Samuel because of how Kyle Shanahan figured out how to use him.
Great. That was a great point. Absolutely.
Sean,
what do you think?
No, look, I feel like something that we're going to be discussing, especially coming into draft time a lot, is ceiling and the floor. And we know this guy's ceiling is high. He's electric. For any of us fantasy owners, if you've had him the last couple of years outside of last year, he was gold for you guys. You know what I mean? And let's be honest. We talk about, running backs getting devalued. Guys like this guy, Austin Eckler, who can do it all back, are the reason why they're getting devalued, because you don't need to give him 400 carries. You can sit here and give him, 100 touches in the run game, 100 touches receiving, and just get him out there doing things. And he's deadly at that. And the fact that he can do that and he doesn't have to be your main guy is why I love that we got him now. Because now he can go, and his game is not predicated on being, 35, 45 carries. It's just, it's like a shooter. Just get him in rhythm. Let him get a completion, get a couple yards. Okay, boom. Get back to the huddle and put him in advantageous situations. And that's what Cliff Kingsbury's, I believe, is going to do. But this is another thing that we talked about, and Will and I talked about this last night, relationships. Anthony Lynn's our running back coach. He knows this guy. So you don't think he can put this guy in advantageous situations, especially in our run game and our offense? I think this is just a perfect little setup for us. And with Gibson, it was fool's gold to think that he was going to duplicate what he did at Memphis. Memphis, they had him, like Will said, as a dual threat, wide receiver, running back type thing. We brought him in thinking we can get him running back. Then by the time we tried to get him out in space, we didn't trust him. And, the writing's on the wall. We'll see what he does in New England. But, I'm excited for him with the new coach. In Bill Belichick's system, I would have been like, I don't know. But with a new coach, we'll see.
Absolutely.
The fumbles didn't help, though. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's patience with the motherfucker real quick. And the fumbles could be coming out and everything like that. So, that's another thing to really look at and consider,
Yes.